Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Fuse Computer, and on this channel I talk about computer networking, anything related to IT in general, and most importantly, over a couple of period of time now, I've been talking majorly on network automation. So today I'm going to be showing you how to install VMware Workstation on your computer, on your Windows laptop or desktop. I'm going to be showing you how to download and install. And also, after that, we are going to install a Linux machine on our VMware, an Ubuntu running on Linux. As you know that most of the network infrastructure these days run on Linux. So I'm going to be showing you step-by-step procedure. And after that, you can start building your automation lab, you can start building your projects, connect your Linux to GitHub and start building your code, and you have a backup on GitHub. So without wasting time, let's go on Google. If you want to download VMware, you can just say VMware Workstation. So you can download the community edition or download the Pro edition. So you click on download, then you register and you download. So I wouldn't be going through the process because of time. I've already installed. So when you download and install, you're going to have an environment like this. This is a VMware workstation. So after installing this VMware workstation, it's just like on Windows. When you have a Windows operating system on your computer, you will need to start installing tools that you need. You need to start installing browser application. You start installing application to run to view your videos. So for so many things, whatever you want to be doing on your computer. So that's what we have here. Also, we have another computer inside our computer. So that's the essence of this virtualization. So now, if I want to install my Ubuntu here, Ubuntu machine, then you go back to this, you open Google, and you type, when you open Google, you type Ubuntu. Ubuntu is an open source platform, so you don't need to pay for it. So Ubuntu download server. So you can download this either the server or you download the desktop. So I would advise you to download the desktop. This is the desktop. So you download the desktop. The advantage of downloading the desktop is that it will give you opportunity to have a GUI to interact with the Ubuntu machine. So you click on download here. Depends on the internet you are using. It's about 5.9 gig. So after downloading, you can save it somewhere on your Windows machine, maybe under download or file or document. So when you are done with that, you open your VMware that you have downloaded earlier. Then you click on File. When you click on File, you click on New Virtual Machine. Then you click on Next. When you click on Next, then you start the installation process. So you start the installation process by clicking on Installer Disk Image. So when you click on this disk image, in front of it you see Browse. So you browse to where the file that you have, the image that you have downloaded for Ubuntu, where you have saved it. So in my case, I have it on my desktop. So I'm using this. So I'll select the desktop version. I have the two versions here, the server and the desktop. So open, next. So you give it a name. So in my case, I'll give it DevNet. Then you give it a username. You can give it the same username if you want. So for example, DevNet, then you give it a password. And also you repeat the same password. Then click next. When you click next, here you click next also. So maximum disk size. So you want to apportion, you want to allocate disk size to this VMware now. You know, I mentioned earlier that it's like we are creating another computer inside our computer. So if your computer is 250 gig or your computer is 500 gig, that means you want to allocate a portion to this VMware. So under the disk size, you can increase this to 50, depends on what you are using. So I increase this to 50. Then this store virtual disk as single. So I want to you click this, make it single. There's another option to split your virtual disk into multiple. So most important is advisable to select this first option. Then you click next. When you click next, you leave all the settings here. Network adapter, you leave it on NAT because you want to use the internet of your laptop to have access here. So you not leave it on NAT and you click finish. So once you click finish, then you wait for it to come up. The Ubuntu machine is coming up gradually. So in order not to waste our time, I've already complete the installation. So when you're doing your own installation, it might take like about 10 minutes or so for you to get there. So just wait for it to load. Now we're on the interface. Choose your English, choose your language, then you choose English. So when you choose English, you click next. Then here, all these are just additional settings that you can do. So you can, if you like, you can actually cancel it and get started. So this is our machine. Our machine is up. So this is at the desktop interface that I said earlier. If you had installed the server version, you will not be able to have this GUI to interact with your Ubuntu. So this is a Linux environment. So let's open a terminal and see how it looks like. So if you click on show app and you will see terminal. Okay, yeah, this is terminal. So when you click on terminal, then you can start. So this is your Ubuntu. Your Ubuntu is here. Then you can start practicing. If I want to see the list of files that I have on this system, the same way you have it on your Windows, where you have documents, you have pictures, you have videos. So you can also see them here. So if you type ls, you see them. So this is desktop, document, download, music, pictures, the same way. So if I want to go to any of the documents, I will just cd, let me say cd documents, then I'm inside documents. So when I'm inside documents, if I want to create a file inside documents, I can do that. I can say make directory, that's mk directory, my project. So I've created a file inside this directory, which is I've created a directory inside this file. So if I want to see what I've created now, I can type ls. I'll see it, my project. So this is Linux. And if I want to update, let's say I want to update all the application running, I can type sudo apps update. I can update it. Once you have internet on your laptop, it will update everything, all the applications running, so that you have them up to date. So that's that. So just give it some time to complete. And after that, you can start installing all the application that you need. So that is done. If I see any package that needs to be upgraded, so you can see it says 201 packages can be upgraded. So I can run sudo apt upgrade to upgrade them. So it's going to upgrade all of them. It's good you do this before you start installing. So it's asking me, do I want to continue? I say yes. So I'll continue and I will upgrade all the packages. So thank you so much for staying till the end of this video. What we have been able to achieve, I showed you how to install VMware and I showed you how to install Ubuntu. And when you install your Ubuntu, you can start running your application. So the next thing I'm going to be showing you later is how to install EVNG on this VMware and how you can start building your lab. But before then, you can install PyCharm and start practicing Python here. Start learning about Python and it's good for your automation journey. So the upgrade is ongoing and after that I'll show you how to install PyCharm also. Okay, so the upgrade is complete and let's install PyCharm. You can install PyCharm in two ways. You can install it from the CLI here. Just type this command. You type the command. You type this command sudo. So you type this command. You type sudo snap install PyCharm dash community then dash classic. So you can install it this way, or you go to the app center. So you can install it this way, or you go to the app center. So the installation is currently ongoing for our PyCharm. Or you go to the app center. There's app center here. When you click app center, then you can type the application you are trying to install. You can type it there. But let's wait for this to complete. We are trying to install PyCharm. So like I was saying, you can go ahead and install PyCharm. You can do that via the CLI. If you go to terminal, you can use the CLI command to install PyCharm. But another benefit of using the desktop version of Ubuntu is that you can just go to the Play Store, this app center here, and type the application you are looking for. So in our case, PyCharm, this is it. You click on install and you can just install the PyCharm directly from there. So the PyCharm is installing, and this is what I normally recommend for your Python coding. You can use this, or you can use any other one that you are comfortable with. So while that one is going on, let's open our terminal and run some basic Linux command that we can use to get started. So we are done with our installation now. So the first thing we do when you install a new Ubuntu is that you have to update the package list. So by typing sudo apt update, then in my case, I have a password already. So you put your password. So it's going to update all the packages. Okay. Alright, so it's updating while we are waiting for PyCharm to also install. Then after that, I can do upgrade, or I'll just proceed to the next item. Okay, so the PyCharm installation is complete and I can launch it from here, open. So while that is coming up, let's go to the terminal and run one or two commands. So this is the terminal for the Linux environment. If I want to see the IP address on this machine, I can do IP address show. So if I type that to show me the IP address, this is the loopback IP for the device itself. This is the IP address assigned that my computer is using, and also I can check CPU, memory, and whatever. I can type check CPU. Or I can say free this, so to tell me the memory, or I can also type this. So let's open the PyCharm. So this is PyCharm. So the PyCharm installation is complete. If you want to get started, just click on New Scripts. When you click on New Scripts, then you have a work environment where you can write your Python code. So the PyCharm installation is complete and you can start writing your code. So thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Today we've learned how to install VMware, how to install Ubuntu, and how to install PyCharm. Thank you so much. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so. Share the video, drop your comment, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Bye.